Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA for donating my daughter's college fund instead of giving it to my stepdaughter to help buy a house. Update: AITA for donating my deceased daughter's college fund instead of giving it to my husband's daughter. AITA for making my son cook for his sister even if it means cooking at midnight and waking him up. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA for donating my daughter's college fund instead of giving it to my stepdaughter to help buy a house. So I have a 16-year-old daughter that passed away in a car accident October 19th. I've been collecting a college fund for her since she was young. My ex-husband and I both put money into it, as well as she put some of her paychecks from work into it, and it's about $25,000 full. I recently got remarried to a man who has a 30-year-old daughter. My stepdaughter doesn't like me because I'm only 3 years older than her. My husband is significantly older than I am. My daughter was very passionate about the environment, and my ex-husband and I discussed what we would do with the college fund. My husband says it was my daughter and I can do what I feel is right to honor her. We decided to divide it, and we would each donate to charities we felt would make our daughter proud. My stepdaughter, however, thinks we should split it evenly and she should get some cushion for buying a house, since I'm married to her father and that makes my contribution his money too. She thinks donating essentially $13,000 wouldn't mean anything to a big charity and I could help someone I know in real life. My husband has since joined her side and thinks $13,000 would help her buy a house and we can honor my daughter in another way. AITA for not wanting to change my plans? Edit: there seems to be some confusion and I'm so sorry for wording it poorly. My ex-husband and I, and a little bit my daughter, are the sole people putting money into the fund. My current husband has not put any money into the fund from his personal finances. My stepdaughter and my biological daughter did not have a relationship, as my stepdaughter is almost twice her age. I am 33, my husband is 58. We have a joint house account, as well as separate personal funds. My stepdaughter has brought this up multiple times. It wasn't just a suggestion, she constantly brings it up. My stepdaughter is also not poor off financially. She can afford a house, she is single, my husband helped her pay off her debt before we got married. She just wants some cushion. Edit 2: I am dividing the funds with my ex-husband, not my husband now. My ex-husband gets half to do with as he pleases to honor our daughter. My current husband gets nothing. NTA. What a greedy young woman your stepdaughter is. That wouldn't be honoring your daughter, really, as it has nothing to do with her. Stick to your guns. I know people who are exactly like this. They believe that something that isn't theirs should be, because they say so, and see absolutely nothing wrong with it. NTA. And I'd personally file for divorce. This is but a small glimpse of what they're really like. NTA. She is not entitled to your daughter's college fund. I'm actually appalled that she would even ask for it. More so that her father has taken her side. I'm astounded that people like this actually exist. Honestly, this woman lost her teenage daughter in a car accident, and this grown woman is demanding money from her new stepmom that she barely even knows. I just can't believe her husband is siding with his gold-digging daughter after she demanded money that you and your daughter saved. Not all. NTA. Your stepdaughter and husband are being really ugly here. They are not at all entitled to money you, your ex-husband, and your daughter put into a college fund. Their disrespect for your choice in how to honor your daughter and obvious money grubbing is making my stomach turn here. NTA. I would burn that money before giving a penny to that entitled 30-year-old. I'm not sure why she even knows about the money or thinks she has any say in how it's spent. Yup. At 30 years old, that money can go someplace else, like in a fire. Imagine being so selfish that you make your stepmother take her dead daughter's money to help buy her a house. NTA. NTA. Your ex has a bigger say than either of them in how to spend the money. NTA. I'm way down here in Narnia, so you probably won't see this, but I think it would be a great idea if you made your portion into a scholarship honoring your daughter in a field of study that relates to her interest. You could do $1,000 scholarship a year for 13 years. Her memory can live on. Have some criteria like an essay for the applicants to write regarding loss or the field of study and why they're going into it. You'll be rewarded reading other stories as well. That is actually a very good idea. I've been thinking about what I would want to do. I was thinking donating to Australia, but having a scholarship program would be a good idea and she would have loved that. NTA. $13,000 is a significant gift no matter what size the charity is. More importantly, this is not about your stepdaughter and her needs. It's about honoring your daughter and what you feel she would have wanted. You need to remind your husband of his initial position on the matter, be clear you're sticking to that, and let him sort out how to come up with $13,000 of his own money for his kid if he thinks it's that important. Update: AITA for donating my deceased daughter's college fund instead of giving it to my husband's daughter. I've gotten messages asking for an update, so I'll give one. I left my husband. He told me I couldn't do what I wanted with the college fund. I took my name off the account, so my ex-husband was the only owner in the case that my soon-to-be ex-husband tried to claim that money in our divorce. My daughter's father and I went for a trip to my daughter's favorite town. We went to her favorite spot and spread her ashes. I've been staying with my sister and looking for apartments to move into. As far as the fund, we have discussed starting a scholarship or paying a student's tuition. We haven't decided exactly what to do. That's about it. I'm so sorry to hear that after losing your daughter so tragically, that your marriage has ended as well. But probably for the best if he was unable to support you on this. I hope the rest of 2020 brings you better fortune. Well put, I think OP made the right decision. Paying off another student's debt would be an amazing donation in her daughter's honor. I'm still impressed with OP's financial skills, to be 33, have raised a daughter and been able to save $25,000 for her tuition. What an amazing person. Can lock up here, mods. This comment is concisely and appropriately articulating what we all feel for OP. I am just so in love with the fact that you and your ex-husband can come together in a time like this. I am so sorry for your loss, and I truly hope that whatever you and your ex-husband choose to do with the money brings each of you peace and helps your daughter rest. Sending good vibes your way and keeping you in my thoughts. I think a scholarship or tuition support is a beautiful way to honor your daughter. I'm so sorry your soon-to-be ex decided to be absolutely hideous about this. In a way, it's a blessing she's seen his true colors before wasting any more of her life with him. I also think supporting another child with college tuition would be fantastic. I'm not sure of how the foster system works in America, but maybe a child is aging out of it soon and hoping to go to college and would benefit from the funding? Or maybe a family friend's child or another young relative? I'm sorry you've had to deal with their selfishness on top of coping with your loss. I think you made the right decision and will be happier without them in your life. AITA for making my son cook for his sister even if it means cooking at midnight and waking him up. It's literally 14 days now out of 185 school days. He won't fail school, that's extremely dramatic for 2 weeks of being tired. My daughter 21 gets off at work at 4 a.m., she usually stays up until lunchtime and then sleeps until she goes to work. She works night shift. My son is 17 and still in high school. I'm at work when she is sleeping, but my son was home for the summer and he would wake her up to make him food. He would pester her until she did it so she could go back to sleep. It came to a head a month ago where my daughter lost it and I finally learned about it. Anyways, long conversation, and as his punishment he has to make my daughter food when she asks for it anytime the same amount she did for him. So it was about 30 times he woke her up, so he has to make her 30 meals. Everyone agreed, though my son wasn't happy and picked it over losing his phone for a month. So my daughter will wake him up to make her food. He still has 15 meals left. He hates it, but it get the point across. Now school started and he got woken up last night to make her food. So this morning he was tried as all hell. He went to his grandparents and I got in a huge argument with my mom. She thinks I am an asshole, but the punishment fits the crime. My son won't talk to me and I am questioning myself even though my husband is backing up the punishment. That's actually a perfect punishment. He woke her up for food, so now he gets to feel what it is like. You also gave him a choice and he picked this one. The point is he will be tired when people wake you up for no good reason. NTA. That's what I was thinking. Good way to show him exactly why it was so mean to do. Am I the only one who thinks this whole situation is strange? How does a 17 years old not already know not to wake people up to make them cook? Why would daughter get up? Why are these two kids not able to deal with making food for themselves? Are these kids going to starve if they don't cook for each other? None of this makes sense. How did this happen for 30 days? Daughter is 21. Just kick him out and lock the door. Why would she continue to cook for him? NTA. YTA commenters, notice that OP says the son chose this punishment over giving up his phone for a month. This is basically model parenting. The son is 17, nearly an adult, he behaved selfishly and stupidly and is now making it up to the person he mistreated. And he's been given agency here, he chose to keep his phone over uninterrupted sleep. Well done, OP. That's what put it in the NTA territory for me. And like she said, he could go to bed earlier if daughter gets off work at 4 a.m. then it's getting close to when he would need to be up, just a bit earlier. He's nearly an adult and this is a consequence of his own choosing. As a teacher, NTA. There are lessons which are much more important than the ones you learn at school. This is one of them. Edit, for the whiners worrying about the boy's education, don't be ridiculous. It's 2 weeks, that will definitely not shatter his academic career. Moreover, he chose it instead of having his phone confiscated. His sister works in medicine. She could have lost her job or even endanger someone because of being sleep deprived. And you all worry that 2 weeks of being tired might ruin his future. Come on. Also, for all we know, his sister may very well end up choosing weekends more often than weeknights. He'll be fine. This helps teach empathy. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.